like lobster tail, because when I think about the amount of money I have spent over the years going to restaurants and spending a lot of money and then a lot of money and a lot of money over those special occasions to get something really, really special. And this breaks down to, if you've got two, because you're getting a set of 18, 2 people can eat 9 times for 30 bucks at a sitting. Last time you went to a lobster house, did you spend $30 for 2 people in order to eat those lobster tails that were there? I don't think so. We've got Jennifer Kovich here, and she is, I truly believe, one of our lobster experts. She brings Greenhead Lobster to QVC, which is certified Maine lobster tail, and we're going to break down all those bells and whistles for you. Hi.
That's right. Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, because summer is winding down, and we are looking towards fall. So whether it's these last events that we're going to have when people are coming over to our house for the summertime, or the people who are coming over for fall, and as the dishes get richer, as we want to use lobster tails in dishes like, Alfredo pasta. You don't need to fight with the lobster tail anymore to get the meat out. The whole thing comes out in one piece. Only Greenhead Lobster does this, and they only do this for us. It's on 55551. I love them for this purpose because I am so much freer to use my lobster tails because they're easier to get out.
That's right, absolutely. Because like you say, it's not about how much you buy, but about how much you actually get to eat. And thanks to Greenhead, we actually get to enjoy every single morsel of that sweet, juicy, tender, dense lobster that we know and love from the deep, cold waters of Maine. You can see right there all the way down to the tip you get to enjoy. So all of the tools, and we have been using tools to enjoy our lobster.
To crack and to dig in there.
Exactly. The mallets and the crackers and the shears, throw them away because you don't need them anymore.
And you know what else? You get to eat a lot.
That's right.
With this one day only value. This is not a buy more, save more. It is a single offer, 4 to 5 ounces each. That's their most popular size of lobster tail. 18 of them with a full pound of the Kate's Maine butter coming home to you in that order as well. That's why we put it on our best easy payment plan, 6 easy pays of $43.17 a month to bring this home. And it's 9 meals. 2 people can eat 9 full meals like they're in a restaurant. So tell us a little bit about Hugh and the whole process and what he wanted to do that was so very different.
Gladly. So first and foremost, know this. Greenhead is the largest purveyor of certified Maine lobster tail in the world. What that means to you is that every single lobster tail that you receive has not only been through this process, but it is true certified deep cold water Maine lobster tail. We work with only licensed and lobstermen that are certified by the state of Maine. You can see right here, as you look at the video, all the deep cold waters of Maine. You can see all those lobstermen that we work with, and as they're brought in from the cold water, they are then taken to the Greenhead docks. Hugh Reynolds, who you'll see here in just a second, in a green shirt, you will see him collecting all those lobster tails.
There he is.
We too have our own certificate to accept all of those. Now, before he sends them to you, because that's only half of the recipe that makes this so unbelievably unique. The other half of the recipe is this process called HPP. It's high pressured processing. It's simply a patent method that Hugh has created to allow for 100% separation. It's simply water transmitted right through the shell, and I'll show you yet again what you can expect. Expect this 100% separation of the meat from the shell. We've done nothing special here except boil all of these lobster tails. Look at that.
Look.
Nothing
all the way
is
through.
Left. All the way through. You can see my shirt. Look, see my hand through the back of that? This is that patent proprietary method that Hugh does only for the QVC customer to allow you to pull all of that meat out. Again, I'm going to say it's not about how much you get, how much you buy, it's about how much you get to enjoy.
It's how much I eat, my friends. And so again, you want to do one of those dishes that calls for lobster tail that's cut up. You don't have to fight and dig and shred and go through all that work, and then the lobster meat is cold by the time you're done, and you actually get it into the finished dish, and you are getting the Kate's clarified Maine butter, a full pound of it coming home to go along with all of these lobster tails, because the butter is just as important if you're going to be serving it with butter. but you don't have to. If you're doing some of those smarter choice kinds of dishes, a little bit of lemon juice goes a long way.
It does. It really, really does. And you could see some of the ideas that we have over here. You know, we add it with the salad, the seasonal vegetables. Couldn't you imagine this on Labor Day, having everyone over and they expect something else, and then you surprise them with lobster tail?
Well, you know what?
I mean, hello.
So you're talking about that hello. Hello is right, because if you've ever entertained before for a holiday and you're having a lot of people over, before you realize what's happening and you didn't even get anything all that fancy,
Right.
very often it's like, how did this come to $200? Like, you know, and you didn't get anything even fancy.
Right.
It's just like a regular
Right.
barbecue-y style food. And then you look at the price that we have here. So again, these are less than $15 each for this 4 to 5 ounce size. When was the last time you went to a seafood restaurant? And we're comparing apples to apples here, where you got a certified Maine lobster tail in a large 4 to 5 ounce size, and you were able to walk away from that meal with a $15 tab.
Right.
That is ridiculous to me, because sometimes you can find like discounts on lobster tail, but they're not even giving you the real deal. It's like a rock lobster tail, or it's
Right.
from somewhere else. It's
Right.
not from Maine. They do not taste the same, let alone the digging, the prying,
Right.
the cracking, the uncomfortable feeling in the fingers, like
Right.
the messing up your shirt. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes along with lobster tail that we don't have to deal with here.
Yes, in years past, up to this point, we've always had to, you know, I would always cut down the back of the shell, break it open, pull the meat out, then I'd have to baste it or what have you.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that anymore. All we have simply done, because this is super simple to prepare, all we've done is boil these. We put a skewer right through the shell, right through the meat,
To keep
so
it
it
from
doesn't
curling?
curl. Exactly, to keep it nice and straight. Then you pull the skewer out and you're ready to go. Boil it 4 to 5 minutes, because again, this is a 4 to 5 ounce tail.
Yep.
It's that perfect size tail, so it's absolutely wonderful for portion control, but also it gives you enough. Rule of thumb is 1 minute per ounce in boiling water. Same on the grill, but what I like to do so I can really utilize
Yes.
that high pressure processing method is I still boil these for 3 minutes. If I then want to take them to the grill, I like to then, you can either butterfly your tails, you absolutely can.
Okay.
But what I like to do is just pull the meat out, leave the shell intact. I can then pull the meat out with no problem, complete with
Right.
ease, and then put it 30 seconds on each side, and you still get these same grill marks instead of butterflying the tail.
Awesome.
Love
It's
it.
just so awesome. And I know we have auto delivery on this. Every 6 months for 1 year, you can keep these coming with your price
That's
being locked
incredible.
in. It is incredible. Your 6 easy pays being locked in, so that every time you go to your freezer, you've got lobster tails throughout the year waiting for you, and you didn't have to go out to a fancy restaurant. You didn't have to go in and sit down and say, what's the market price on
Right.
this? Because that's always a weird question to ask, and then you don't want to make a big face and say like, ooh, like I'm not gonna buy. You know, it's just this whole weird thing.
Right.
And then even when you're finding that market price, is it certified Maine lobster tail, or is it just cold water lobster tail that can
Right.
come from just about anywhere that it's chilly?
Right.
This is a very, very important thing that we're bringing to you right now, and we have fewer than 400 remaining to go around, but that price will still be valid until the end of the day. So grab your price before it disappears. At the end of the day, lock in those 6 easy payments and do the auto delivery, because then you're going to be completely set for Christmas and New Year's. You don't have to eat them right now. You can
No.
keep them in the freezer.
6 months.
And keep them there for the holidays if you would like to.
Yeah.
My dear, so nice
My
to see you.
pleasure. Good to see you. Take
Okay.
care.
But now I think Dan is going to let us know what's happening with the strudel.
Yeah, the strudel we started with 1,400 of these. There are now fewer than 300. Don't miss out. This is the real deal. Imported Bavarian strudel, M52385, $59.90. You get 16 huge pieces, everything made in Bavaria, right to your door. Now, coming up at the end of the show, my pick of the show. These are the pot stickers with Carol Allen, M51330. They are an award nominee for our Customer Food Award.